Pop quiz. Your thyroid hormone, T3 and T4, goes up. What should happen to TSH from the pituitary? A. TSH goes up. B. TSH goes down. C. TSH stays the same. Pick one. We'll reveal the correct answer soon. Before we get there, let's understand the system behind it. In this video, you learn how a hormone feedback mechanism works, your body's built-in control loop that keeps hormone levels in a healthy range. First, here's the big idea. Hormones are chemical messengers released by endocrine glands into the bloodstream. Because blood carries them everywhere, the body has to carefully regulate how much gets released. To prevent hormone levels from swinging out of balance, the body relies on feedback. A feedback mechanism is a cycle where the body senses a change, compares it to a target level, and then adjusts hormone release to correct course. This cycle follows a simple three-part setup. First, a receptor detects the change, then a control center that decides what to do, and an effector, often an endocrine gland, that changes hormone output. With those roles in place, the next question is, what kind of feedback is usually involved? Most hormone systems use negative feedback. That means the response pushes in the opposite direction of the change, like a thermostat turning the heater off once the room warms up. Now let's spell it out using a classic hormone pathway, step by step. Hypothalamus, then pituitary gland, then a target endocrine gland. At each step, a hormone signal moves forward to the next organ, and at the end, the final hormone sends a signal backward, back to earlier steps, to help keep the whole system in balance. Here is one example. The thyroid axis. The hypothalamus releases thyrotropin-releasing hormone, or TRH, which tells the pituitary to release thyroid-stimulating hormone, or TSH. TSH then tells the thyroid to release thyroid hormones, mainly T3, triiodothyronine, or T4, thyroxine. Now let's answer the pop quiz. When T3 and T4 rise, they feed back into the hypothalamus and pituitary and reduce TRH and TSH. So the correct choice is B. TSH goes down. Let's look at another example. If T3 and T4 are low, the body's thermostat detects the drop, and the pituitary typically releases more TSH to stimulate the thyroid. So low T3, T4 with high TSH often points to a problem in the thyroid gland itself, rather than the pituitary. So far, we've defined feedback mechanism, worked through the thyroid example, and a common lab pattern. Want to check your progress? Tap the link for a quick practice test and a concise study guide tailored to this lesson. Quiz yourself, skim the highlights, and jump back in. Now let's transfer the same logic to blood sugar. After you eat, blood glucose rises. Beta cells in the pancreas sense that rise and release insulin. Insulin signals body cells to take up glucose, and it signals the liver to store the extra as glycogen. As blood glucose returns toward normal, insulin release slows down. That's a negative feedback in action. But what happens when blood glucose drops instead? Between meals, blood glucose can dip. In response, alpha cells in the pancreas release glucagon, which tells the liver to break down glycogen and release glucose into the bloodstream, bringing levels back up. A common exam mix-up is the names and directions. Insulin comes from beta cells and lowers blood glucose, while glucagon comes from alpha cells and raises it. Here is one more twist on feedback mechanisms. Not all feedback is negative. During childbirth, oxytocin increases uterine contractions, And those stronger contractions trigger even more oxytocin. That's positive feedback, an amplifying loop that keeps building until a clear endpoint, like delivery. To recap, most hormones are controlled by negative feedback, which reverses a change to maintain homeostasis. Use the receptor, control center, effector model, and remember how T3, T4 lower TSH, while insulin and glucagon balance blood glucose. Ready to quiz yourself with the content covered in this video? Check out the link in the description, where you'll find Quizlet content made just for you.